What the fuck? Ladies, gentlemen, and all they thems out there, today we are going to be playing Shantae. Now, I don't actually know what originally drew me to Shantae. Maybe it was people requesting her in Smash Bros, or maybe it was just because I wanted to play different games. Actually, funnily enough, it was Sora's inclusion in Smash that made me want to play Kingdom Hearts in the first place, and now it's one of my favourite series of all time. Hope for a similar story here.
Before we get to the game though, there's actually an extras menu where we can see concept art, which we can move around for some reason. Goodbye Shantae. Level designs which are massive. Wait, is this a Metroidvania? If it is, then I'm not sure about it because I haven't played many Metroidvanias in the past. And character designs which we can zoom in on. I wonder why. Anyway, let's stop looking at that and get into the game. And where better to start than with the story. Our story starts in the peaceful oceanside village of Scuttle Town. That is, until one day when the town is suddenly attacked by pirates. It's here we meet Shantae herself, who is the half-genie guardian of Scuttle Town, who heads out to protect the town from this threat. After this, we're immediately thrown into gameplay as we need to cross the bridge to Scuttle Town, whilst avoiding these falling cannonballs being shot at us by the ship in the distance. And that's pretty simple. I only got hit a few times because I was still figuring out the controls, and this part where the cannonballs destroy parts of the bridge could catch other people off guard. But I managed to get through it. After this, we get a small cutscene introducing us to the main villain of this game, Risky Boots, the lady pirate, and she intimidates Shantae by calling her a scrawny kid and not a real genie, and runs off, to which we give chase. After this, we're thrown into our first level of sorts, where we need to defeat enemies, explore the stage, and save our Uncle Mimic, who says that the pirates have stolen the steam engine that he was working on, so he sent us to get it back. After another decent chunk of platforming, we make it to Risky's ship and ask her where the steam engine is, to which she says it's none of our business and demands her men to attack us and to spank her extra hard for money? Alright. Leading into our first boss fight. The first phase of this fight has us dodging these bombs that bounce in an arc over us, after which we have to attack the explosive barrel once the door opens while attacking enemies at the same time. And it's pretty tough, mostly because I didn't know what I was doing, but after I figured out it was fairly simple. After this, we're on to phase 2, where we have to jump onto these platforms while hitting these pirates that are trying to drop explosive barrels on us. This phase is pretty easy if you just stay in the middle. And after that, you're done. A pretty simple boss, and a pretty simple level to go alongside it. After this, we get a cutscene where Risky says she was going easy on us this time, but next time she'll be unstoppable. She then does an impression of Santa Claus and leaves.
This story's pretty cool, and I can't wait to see where they take it in the future.
We then get a cutscene of Mimic telling us how we made the steam engine, and that he was almost done until Risky attacked. Then we get the idea to go to Watertown, because it seemed Risky was going in that direction. But before that, we're told to go to the save room in town to save our progress. And oh my god, this hub world's amazing. I don't think I've ever seen a Game Boy game do something like this. It uses 2D sprites and a looping background to emulate 3D visuals, and make it look like Shantae is actually in the town and there are buildings around her. So I went into the save room to save my progress like I was told to do, but I actually decided to check out the other buildings before I left. The bathhouse is where you can restore your health back to full, kinda like a Pokemon Center in a way. Then there's the upgrade shop that lets you buy different upgrades and potions, which I couldn't buy any of because I'm broke. The dance parlor that we can't do anything in because it's not nighttime, and the Warp Squid Hut where we meet this squid who has lost her babies and needs us to bring them back. After this, we head outside of Scuttle Town and make our way to Watertown.
And it's right here where everything starts going to shit.
This might just be the most annoying and frustrating game I have ever played. I mean, first of all, there's Game Boy screen crunch in a platformer. Yeah, great idea guys, because now I can't tell when there's anything below me when I jump, causing me to die because apparently a magic half genie can't handle a bit of wet. Secondly, these enemies are so annoying to deal with when all you've got to fend them off is a hair whip attack. And this game just loves to spam enemies at you like a 12-year-old on Mario Maker, sometimes spawning them on top of you, which is very fun and fair, which causes you to take unnecessary damage, when all you want to do is progress. I mean, look at these enemies that spawn exactly where you need to be jumping. It's bullshit. Thirdly, these level designs in between each town are so goddamn bland. I get it, it's the Game Boy Color, but even Super Mario Land made it look like I was in a castle or underwater or something. This is just a tree on the color green or a generic desert. There's nothing else here. Also, look at this. I jump at this wall and I can't go through it. But then I jump at this wall that looks fucking identical and I was able to go through it. You can't do that, game. Is it a wall or isn't it? It can't be both. That's just bad game design.
This also brings up a question that I've been meaning to ask for some time now. Why was every single game in the NES/Game Boy era so unneedlessly difficult.
Zelda 1, Contra, Battletoads, Mario the Lost Levels. Why was every game in this era so annoyingly difficult? Did Nintendo think that hard games would bring in more buyers? Did they think it was funny? Well, it's not! And guess when this game came out? No, I did not make a typo. Oh wait, I did. 2002! To put that into perspective, the PS1, PS2, original Xbox, N64, and Super Nintendo were all out by this point, but for some unknown reason, WayForward, in their infinite fucking wisdom, decided to make a game for the Game Boy Color. Why? Was it cheaper to make, or were WayForward just delusional? Like, why not make an NES or SNES game if you want to work with Nintendo? And what was so appealing about the Game Boy Color specifically?
I don't know, I'm only about an hour in, and I know you're going to be typing your comments like, oh, the game gets better the further you are into it. But here's the thing. I don't give a shit. I don't care if a game gets better the further I am into it. Because it shouldn't need to. A good game to me is a game that's consistently fun and exciting the entire way through, from beginning to end. If you want an example, just look at my favourite game of all time, Sonic Unleashed.
From the moment the game starts up and hits you with that opening cutscene that is just, frankly, incredible, and throws you directly into the first level, all the way to the final boss, the game is fun and exciting the entire time. This game is nothing like that. I mean, there's not even any music in the first section of gameplay, like, oh, I don't know, every game in existence! Oh, and speaking of the music, I wish I could say that it was good, but it really isn't. It sounds so bad. And again, I get it, it's a Game Boy game, but just work with me here a sec. Here's a song from Shantae. And here's a song from Mario Land, which came out 13 years prior.
Let me know which one you think sounds better, and I won't listen to you because you're objectively wrong.
If all Metroidvanias are like this, then I don't want to play them anymore. So that brings me to my final question.
How the hell is this franchise popular with a first entry like this? Well, I've actually got the answer for you. Boobs!
I mean, why do you think all the characters look like this? I understand Shantae's design. She's a genie and a dancer, so of course she wears clothes like that. But pirates? I think I can speak for everyone when I say my favourite part of Pirates of the Caribbean is seeing Jack Sparrow's rack. These character designs are clearly targeted towards those losers who have nothing better to do than rot in their bedrooms and touch themselves to fictional characters because they're alone in their house.
Shantae for the Game Boy Color might be the worst game I've ever played. And that really sucks, because I really wanted to like Shantae. But I don't know, maybe I played it wrong, or maybe that was something I was missing, but I don't want to play it anymore. And when it comes to this video, I'm done. I'm finished. I don't want to continue with this. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.